So, I've driven now 3 cars, and they all have their own flaws. The Alpha is pretty, handles nice, but is a bit too expensive for the relative small amount of horsepower. The Citroen is not really the most practical, doesn't handle well, looks excellent, and isn't too expensive for the luxury and the power, but it doesn't handle as well, and it isn't the most practical car. And the Mini does everything well, isn't that expensive, but you can't use it really. So maybe we should look for better cars which are even more expensive. So let's start looking at the Subaru Impreza STI. Take the argument on this, but I think the Subaru Impreza looks pretty good. It's also got quite a rallying interior. It's really stripped out. There's not much luxury and weight all over the back. It's really functional, just to counter a steering wheel and a clock. But for the rest of it, this is completely basic, apart from the engine, which is a 2.5 litre boxer engine. That means 300 brake horsepower. And that means serious fun. Now, because this is a hatchback model, I don't have to bring in the Mitsubishi Euro 10 and criticise this for not being as good as the Impreza. And I'm glad for that, because this car is not one you want to criticise, because it's just brilliant. This is that muscly engine. Also, it's quite big, so loads of space to carry stuff around. 5 seats, big boot, and you're there. It's 5,000 credits more than the Alpha and the Citroen. But you then do get twice the power. However, the problem is that this isn't really a normal car anymore. It's, well, a Subaru Impreza. I mean, if you park this thing anywhere, people will look at it. You can't drive in town normally in this thing, and you couldn't possibly when your tanks are empty all the time. Because this thing drinks fuel. So really, this is the best car I've just driven, but it's not really part of the package. I think this latest model Impreza is the best looking Impreza ever made, but because it's such a rally car with that bonnet scoop and those gold wheels, it's just not really that discreet, and that just is annoying if you have a car that you just want to use. The Impreza then is just a driver's car. And although it can take your luggage and it can take 5 people, it's just not the right car to do it in. What you're hearing there is the engine of a car which I think could be the answer to the hatchback problem. A Suzuki. But still, it's the Suzuki Swift. But before you declare it from that, bear with me. This car makes people happy. It is the slowest of all the cars. It only has 122 brake horsepower. It does 0 to 60 in, well, 9 seconds, and it has a top speed of just over 125 miles an hour. However, that's not exactly slow. And I think this is handsome. I really do. It's common, but I like it. And this sport version has all kinds of funny things about it. Like the front bumper, different front lights. Sorry, it has a rear spoiler, it has 2 exhausts. Inside, I admit, you don't get a lot. It's really just basic interior. However, it's a fine interior when you pay just over 16,000 credits for it. Congratulations. That's all. It's properly cheap, isn't it? So there we have it. A practical, fast, nice to drive, small hatchback. It can do really everything, and it's not really for that much money. However, I'm a bit confused. I've driven all those cars to find out that the best hatchback money can buy for as less as possible is a Suzuki Swift. And that's a bit weird. Not true either. The Suzuki Swift is a very, very good car. But I know one, maybe more, but one car which clearly is